today's class, we will be doing Playway Curriculum for Numeracy, an introduction to numeracy. Numeracy is the ability, confidence, proficiency, and the willingness to engage with quantitative and spatial information to make informed decisions with all aspects of day-to-day life. Alberta Education 2018. It further goes on to explain a numerate individual as one who can mindfully gauge when and how to apply quantitative and spatial understandings to his or her environments to achieve, share, or decipher an idea. To be numerate, one should be competent with the number system, a range of computation skills which includes an ability to solve numeric problems in any given context. Numeracy brings with it additional skills of being able to classify and collate information. The United Nations Relief and Work Agency includes the below enlisted components that constitute a good numeracy curriculum: an understanding of number system and number concepts, that is ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. The use of mathematical symbols, an ability to compare number, that is greater than, equal to, or smaller than. Understanding number operations, addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. The concept of money and quantitative monetary transaction. Measurements and standardized metric quantities, that is time, distance, area, weight, volume, etc. Geometry, spatial awareness through an understanding the shapes. Visualizing and interpreting data, numeric or diagrammatic. Analysis of data, reasoning and problem solving. Arithmetic understanding, properties of numbers and manipulations through theories and law. Concepts of decimals, fraction and percentages. Establishing an understanding that all of the above listed facets of numeracy can be used through various areas of knowledge is vital. These concepts can be established by focusing on the below listed components during the early years. Practical hands-on experiences through activities that are best designed for kids are the best way to start. Learning outcomes. The reader would now be able to assimilate and distinguish between components of numeracy, assimilate and apply the components of numeracy to design play-based teaching learning activities, understand a group's existing knowledge based on components of numeracy, understand how the activities developed enhance the group existing knowledge, assess and evaluate the child's progress with the use of play-way approach, use motivation strategies as a vital tool to promote numeracy. The components of numeracy for an early years curriculum. According to Alberta Education 2015, the components are of two types. Quantitative information. This component in numeracy refers to aspects that can be measured and numerically expressed. Acquiring these skills enables children to understand that numbers carry with it magnitude. An application of numbers for real-life situations and events also develops when quantitative information is established. Monetary estimating, understanding that money carries with it exchange value, can be brought into the classroom with fun role play activities. The introduction of statistical information, its interpretation can be added to the learning experience with the use of general classroom scenarios. For example, class strength. Building and recognizing patterns are a vital part to the establishing numeracy concepts. Determining probability through the understanding of statistical information can be a complex skill that builds from fostering the earlier mentioned components. Further, through this activity, we will discuss ways of fostering each of the above discussed subcomponents. Second, spatial information. An aspect in space that carries with it a physical location of objects or people. Its relationship between the stated two constitutes spatial information. An understanding of space and shape can be promoted by locating points in given points on a plane surface develops a structured concepts of shape. By delivering concepts of time, weight, height, exercise that will help a child measure the same in their immediate environment will bring better comprehension. The concept of location and direction can be explored with the help of areas in the classroom, interpreting maps, creating maps and diagrams that can be associated with quantitative information will help children understand different dimensions of shape and spaces. Visualizing shapes from different perspectives also enhances spatial skills. Numeracy for children can be fostered by simple life activities they perform. Be it waking up in the morning to the alarm, traveling to school, throwing a ball, whist, they play, sorting colored pebbles in the playground, participating in role plays that make them use the concept of money, judging how far to run or walk to reach an object they need during a treasure hunt. All these activities progress towards the development of numeracy skills. More complex numeracy skills that can be fostered for children in older age groups will include the analysis of numbers through simple statistics, navigating using a map, measuring ingredients to prepare a recipe, recording their height, weight to track growth, etc. Quantitative information and spatial information help an individual make sense of their physical world. These skills evolve into simple complex life skills that help one appreciate life and progress eventually. Play-centered activities for numeracy. An assortment of objects from the environment, indigenous or non-indigenous, can be used to drive home concepts in numeracy. Painted pebbles can be mixed up in large bowls and a simple sorting activity can be conducted. A variation with the same material can include a grouping activity where the child is instructed to make as many groups of pebbles without repeating a color in any group they make. A patterning task can be initiated with the use of a paper folding or origami activity. Groups of 4 children are made and each group is instructed to make a simple 5 to 6 fold paper folding. A previously prepared pattern chart is displayed and the students are asked to share their paper folding to recreate the pattern they see on the chart. Group activities can be a good source of skill building as children learn to negotiate, cooperate and share to reach the desired outcome. The use of building blocks can help the child build structures that are tall, short, big, small, wide or narrow, therefore promoting concepts of measure and quantity. A calendar which indicates the various seasons in a year can be updated. Concepts of temperature, number of days in a week, in a month, in a year, and so on can be established. Consecutively, the teacher can also introduce the concept of time and its components with the help of a flannel board clock. Games with dice, hopscotch mats, and outdoor relay races can also be designed to foster the concepts of numerical symbol to quantity. Even more, mathematical operations can be introduced too. For example, Participant 1 rolls a dice followed by participant 2. They both add up the number they just rolled and come together to hop across a mat with numbers written on them. A teacher can lay down sticks or straws in the middle of the table and ask the child to build a shape of his choice. The child can be asked to count the number of sides his shape has. A teacher can further instruct the child to search for the similar shape in his immediate physical environment. To conclude the third session, as much as it is vital to equip oneself with the knowledge of what makes up a genre of knowledge, it's equally important to be able to explore a method, materials, objects, etc. It will help in delivering concepts. Through this exploration will be observed that anything along and around the child's environment will provide for a learning outcome. Numbers exist in most or all of our daily activities, and enabling the child to build connection of the real world and classroom experiences must be attempted. It is considered crucial for the teacher to be able to explore environments, concepts and genres of knowledge just as the child would perhaps through trial and error too. The elements discussed in the previous session all transition in to each other to build a curriculum that will help the child be school ready. The ability to read and write, literacy, along with arithmetic, that's numeracy, provides for an easy transition for a child into formal schooling. The delivery of these areas of knowledge with the language that a child understands best is considered the best approach. While the activities discussed are just few, the ability to design and develop more and beyond may be possible when a teacher is well equipped with the formative principles to learning concepts.